Hello once again. This is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from Haslingden, north of Manchester, in the UK. Today is Sunday, the 5th of December 2010. On a Sunday in England, most people of my generation think about going to church and sometimes don't, but many still do. And we think about the good book, and we think about the advice in the good book. And actually, when you read the good book, and I refer to the Bible, and the same advice is in the Quran, it is obvious that we have to be fair and care for our neighbours. And it seems to me that during the Second World War, we decided as a people that we wanted fairness. That's what we fought for. And at the end of the Second World War in 1945, we threw out the coalition government and we brought in a socialist government. Yes, by a landslide, because we wanted fair shares for all. Now, my father died during the Second World War, so I have a stake in this. But I'm very proud that I was around in 1940. Admittedly, I was a baby, but I'm very proud of that. What I'm coming to today is that in the last day or two, there have been agitations and protests against a chain of shops and some other companies like Topshop and Miss Selfridge, all owned by a company called the Arcadia Group, owned by Sir Philip Green, a man of Jewish background, incredibly rich, superbly successful, who takes businesses and turns them around and makes them very, very wealthy businesses and successful businesses, and they employ a lot of people here and make a lot of profits. But the problem is that, like many companies, and not only the Arcadia Group but Vodafone, they look at the world map, the world stage, and they employ very successful lawyers and accountants to tell them how to avoid paying their fair share of tax. Sir Philip Green is no exception. 5 or 6 years ago, in 2005, he paid, his company, Arcadia Group, paid a dividend of £1.2 billion. That's roughly 2 billion American dollars. And he paid it, not to himself, because he would have had to pay tax on it, income tax on it, of 300 million. But he paid it conveniently to his wife. And his wife happens to live in this ancient town of Monaco, where there is a casino in the park called Monte Carlo, the casino at Monte Carlo. If you've ever been to Monte Carlo, and I have, it's only a tiny little place, a little rock sticking out of the south coast of France. And there is a casino there which the local inhabitants of Monaco are not allowed to visit. Isn't that strange? Now, the thing is, his wife lives there, his wife Tina lives in Monaco, and they don't have to pay income tax there. So they very conveniently saved £300 million in income tax. Now, most of us don't like paying income tax, and we can probably sympathise with him. But on that kind of scale, it's an affront to the British feeling of fairness. The man in the street, the train driver, the bus driver, the policeman, the postman, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, all their taxes are deducted at source before they get it. The government has its hand in your wage packet. before you even get there. And then out of what's left, you're still taxed on everything you spend. So we're a very, very, very heavily taxed country, and you can't blame people for wanting to avoid it. And avoiding it is quite legal. And what Sir Philip Green did was very legal. But was it fair and moral? Well, when all the people who work for him have to pay income tax, but he doesn't on that amount of money, what kind of signal does that send to them? Does it not encourage resentment? You remember Mrs. Thatcher? She brought in the poll tax, which on paper was very fair if everybody paid the same. But she didn't realise, because she was rich. And this is the problem when you have a government like we have now, ruled by millionaires. She didn't realise and didn't think about it deep enough that the rich can afford to pay, the poor can't. Never occurred to her. So she lost her job, and she came out of Downing Street in tears. Now, what I'm saying to you is, I can well understand why so many people have been protesting outside these shops and stores all over England. Vodafone, Topshop, Miss Selfridge, you name it. They've been gluing their hands to the windows. Can't blame them for that. If I was younger, I would probably join them. Now, we must avoid this kind of vengeful feeling which makes people want to smash windows. But this is a natural human reaction. When you see a super rich guy not content with being a multi-millionaire, he would still have billions over if he paid his fair whack. But why won't he pay his fair whack? I gather when he's approached by journalists, he uses rather colourful language in reply. Well, we all know how to deal with that kind of thing. But we don't want to go doing what the communists did, and arresting people and shooting people because they're not paying their taxes. But we've got to make it fair. Now, this government, when they came in, they scrapped the ID card and said, we won't give you your money back. Now, supposing I paid a subscription to visit my local art gallery, and they gave me a little card to go in, and then a week later they said, we're scrapping that, but we're not going to give you your money back. That would be theft. But the government can get away with it because they make the law, so it's not illegal for them to do this. But morally it is wrong, and members of the House of Lords mentioned this. And it fuels resentment. Now, every time we've had a Conservative government, we've thrown them out in the end because they don't play fair. They're already trying to get the students to pay 3 times as much. We have got to have a fair society. We've fought for it. Millions of us have died for it through the centuries to bring fairness. Now, let's get the French to sort this blooming relic out. This place called Monaco. All right, they employ people there in the hotels and the other places where the rich hang out. It's full of yachts from the super rich, Monaco, in the harbour. Full of them. It's very nice for the rich. Mr. Sir Philip Green has a yacht. Whether he's got it there or not, I don't know. He's got a private jet too. When he's here in England, he lives in a hotel and then flies at weekends down to Monaco. So he lives a very nice life. But let's play fair. Let's play fair. If you play fair with us, we work in your shops. We buy from your shops. Play fair with us and we play fair with you. Don't play fair with us and you'll end up not having a business to play anything with. I understand your wife gave you a real gold Monopoly set for a present. Well, that's fine. But play fair with the rest of us. We made you rich. Not you. We made you rich. Customers. Because although you're very clever, without us, you would have nothing. So play fair. Thank you and God bless. While it's still legal in the UK to say God bless. Take care. Bye for now.